hip abduction isometric holds. So we're going to be doing this probably for some connective tissue architecture. Hip abduction is if I was to lay on the floor and my leg goes out there, that's abduction. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into this position in a half kneeling position. So I might as well do my left. So all we're going to do here is I'm going to put my leg out like this to get a stretch through my adductors here. So what I'm going to do here is I want to basically just get a stretch here as much as I can. So I'm going to put my leg out there. I'm going to get to as big a stretch as I can, sorry. So what's going to happen here, as I get into this stretch, I can get into a little bit more of a stretch. If I sort of pull my hips this way and sort of try to bow my spine a little bit, I can get into a little bit of a bigger stretch. So for me, that's all I need. For a lot of other people, you might have to get down a bit lower, walk that foot out, get a nice stretch in here. So depending on what you're doing this for, you don't want to get too much of a stretch. So if you get this far and it's kind of hurting a little bit, then obviously don't go that far. So what we're going to do is going to go either to the end of your passive range or the end of where it starts to hurt and just come just inside that. Either way, that's the position that you're going to find. So we're going to get to this position here, and then you're just going to do an isometric contraction, which is using all this tissue that you're feeling on stretch. Just take a breath and then just start driving that foot into the floor. Now, ultimately, what you want to do is you'll probably be doing this at just about 30 to 40%, which isn't going to be a huge amount of intensity to start, but you're going to want to keep this for 2 minutes. So by the end of the 2 minutes, it's going to be a struggle. So what I like to do from a mental perspective is I kind of imagine my foot's on a bit of an electronic sort of kitchen scale or something, and if I start driving in, say whatever, 15 pounds of force, that's what's in my head. The force that my foot's going into the floor stays the whole time. So as I get into it, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, a minute, 90 seconds, this tissue starts to fatigue. I've got to work a little bit harder just to keep that force there. But anyway, so that's your 2 minute hold. So you might be doing it for 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. You might be doing it for 2 full minutes, but this is it. Get to that stretch, or where that, just before pain sort of kicks in. Uncomfortable's okay, pain not so much. And then just start driving down. So that's one where you can do this. I'm going to show you another version where you can do it with a band. So I've just got a band here attached, obviously, to the fence. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to get to the point where I've got a bit of tension on this. So I'm going to keep my leg where it is and just move my body around. And then let it pull a bit more. There we go. I'm now in, I can feel this in here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put a little bit of, I'm just getting a stretch here at the moment. I'm just going to put a little bit of tension here. And now I'm using my adductors. I like to actually rotate in a little bit. If I'm out this way, I feel like it's more sort of hamstring. So rotate, actively rotate a little bit in, which isn't going to be a lot of internal rotation, but it'll just stop external rotation. So just here and then fighting this band. And he's going to hold this for 2 minutes. And that's it. If you feel you need some more tension, obviously, just move your body away. You've now got more tension, and do that for 2 minutes. Just try not to fall into the habit of letting your heel go on the floor, because then you're not doing anything here. It's just the floor holding you there. So lift it up just a little bit there, and then hold that. And that is how you do it with a band resistance. There is another option that I've got where we do it with an ankle weight. So if you've done this and you feel like you want to try that one as well, then let me know and we can switch your exercise out. Anyway, enjoy.